Hey, Soca lovers, it's Soca Say So.
And DysChick.
And we're back. This is episode 8 of season 6. And this season, we're tackling the topic, the return. In this episode, it's the return of travel by DysChick.
I love that title.
Yeah, you love to travel. I don't know how much you've spoken about that, but you really do.
Well, we're going to talk about it today. So whatever they don't know, they will know. So let's get into it. So yeah, travel is back.
How long has it been since you've traveled? Since you've gotten on a plane to go somewhere?
Too long. And you're right. Yes. Let's make the distinction on a plane. You have a hot foot. So I like to travel. But the crazy thing is, and I think some people know this, but I'm going to share with our listeners and viewers, I am terrified of flying. However, I am more terrified of not being able to go somewhere and have a great and amazing experience. So, you balance it out. I just got to go through like a terrifying flight and then I'm in a new place.
I am happy that you've gone and come back. So now, what made you decide to return to the skies?
Oh, my goodness. The last time I went somewhere was when we went, I was going to say when we went to Ghana, but I actually went to Guyana after that. I went to Guyana in February 2020, and then the world shut down. And I was so sad. I had trips planned. I was going to go to Italy. I was going to go to Japan. I had trips planned, and the world shut down. And it was like, you're not going anywhere. And that was really hard. As much as I hate flying, I want to have new experiences. So the moment that I saw that a lot of places were starting to open back up, and I don't just mean letting us in. I mean, when you get there, things are open so you can have the full experience. There's no point, in my opinion, of traveling somewhere and then you get there and all the restaurants are closed and all of the, the fun things that you wanted to do and the whole reason for the trip you can't do. So once I saw that things were fully open, I mean, of course, with certain requirements, I was like, I need to get on a plane. I need to go somewhere.
And how did you feel about no masks on the plane?
So first of all, no, thank you. Flying is already terrifying. Now I might get COVID, bump that. I'm wearing my mask. And the good thing is so many other people did. They make an announcement to say, some people are choosing to wear them. Some people are not choosing to wear them. Please respect people's decisions. But for me, I'm like, y'all gross. I'll put on my mask. You're lucky I'm just wearing the one.
Wow. Okay.
I could come full Naomi Campbell hazmat. I would have. But yeah.
All right. So did you fly internationally or did you stay domestic? And what was the implications of that for regulations?
Yeah, so I did both. I actually took a full week. And so the first part of the trip, I went to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit friends I've never been to Charlotte. I passed through North Carolina once and I couldn't understand anything. So I was like, well, I don't need to come back here. The South is very weird to me. So I decided I'm going to go again. I had some friends who were making a trip. And so I was like, okay, I'll go, I'll visit friends. I'll see Charlotte. Charlotte is dope, by the way. So plug for Charlotte. Okay. When my friend was like, yeah, I'm so happy I moved to North Carolina. I'm like, when are you moving to North Carolina? Right, because I had not considered what we were seeing in Charlotte as being part of North Carolina. It was so cosmopolitan. It was so like, there were some areas that were like Soho chic, and then some areas were like Queens. Like, it just felt so familiar that it was kind of weird to be like, I'm in the South, like the South. That's not right. That's not what I think of when I think of the South. But it was fun. It was great. So domestically, it's similar as far as the protocol for getting on the plane. You have to, you can decide if you're going to wear your mask or not. I chose to, both times I chose to wear my mask, and a lot of people around me did as well. You know, you can take it off to eat, but I was like, it's a quick flight. I'm gonna just keep this on because the last thing I want to do is go visit a friend and I'm like, here's COVID for you. So yeah, kept it on and stayed safe. And luckily I'm COVID negative. So that was good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And to go international, did you have to have a test? You have to show vaccination status?
So the crazy thing is the airlines have had time to figure this out, right? So if you have an app, like the Delta app, American Airlines app, whatever you're flying, chances are you can't get your boarding pass in the app until you complete certain tasks. And in the app, it'll tell you what you need to do. So to go internationally, I had to answer questions, submit my vaccination report, I guess would be it. And then also, you know, I haven't experienced any COVID symptoms, et cetera. They give you the entire list of all the things that you need to do when you get there, including you have to get tested. I went to Aruba. And so you have to get tested within 24 hours of your departure out of Aruba because the US ain't playing. So yeah, lots of safety protocols, but it wasn't so like a hassle. It wasn't like, you know, now you have to come here hours ahead of time. You know me, pre-check. I just want to get to the airport, get on the plane. I'm not that West Indian. I'm not sitting in the airport for hours, not at all. The sooner I can get to the plane, the better. It's like a bus station for me. So yeah, it was pretty good to have everything in the apps. The only thing was leaving. There's a couple of screenings, of course, getting back to the US. In Aruba, customs happens on their side. So when you land in America, you've already gone through customs, you can leave the airport. So it happens on their side. So you have that delay there. But all in all, not bad. It was either have customs on their side or have customs on this side, but it was good. It was nice. And it felt good to travel again and get that peace of mind and relaxation that I desperately needed.
That's awesome. So before you went to Aruba, did you look and see their COVID rates, or were you like me, la, 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 sun and warmth, what?
So COVID rates played a role in why I even chose Aruba. I was traveling with friends and I do know people who are immune compromised. And so rates have to be within an acceptable range. There were some places where safety was an issue. You know, they hadn't had tourists for a while. So we were like, oh, well, let's not go there because we're seeing like crime rates escalate. So yeah, it was a lot of thinking of, will I have a good time? Will I be safe? Will I be able to get the R&R that I desperately need? And will there be like actual beaches, like not Coney Island, like real beaches? And there were, and it was great. That sun is different, but we're West Indians, you know, sun. When the sun's like right here. The lighting doesn't reflect it, but I definitely came back a couple of shades darker. So it was good.
Well, that's awesome. Okay, was there soca in Charlotte?
You know what's crazy? There was soca in Charlotte. There was soca in Aruba.
Well, I would expect there to be soca in Aruba.
But like just playing at the hotel, like, oh, here's some DeVito and now here's some, I heard Practice. You don't normally hear GBM Neutron. You'll hear like the Kevin Little, the Rupee, but this was like soca. Mm-hmm. And then I came to find out that there were Vincentians on the property. There were like Trinities on the property. I was like, oh, okay, got you. But yeah, I heard soca in Charlotte too. And it was like, it was just part of the music. Like it wasn't a soca party that I went to. I just went out and it actually wasn't even really a party. It was like an outdoor lounge space and soca played.
I would just like to say to my soca friends, Rupi and Kevin Little, you are soca. I don't listen to her. What she's saying. You know what she means? She means that you guys are so dope that you crossed over and you are known worldwide. And so it is easier to pull your music. That's what she was saying.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear Rupee somewhere because I'm like, well, who don't know Rupee? But to hear like other songs, to hear, you know, Marsville, to hear GBM Neutron, I was like, oh, we really, okay, who put this playlist together? So yeah, it was good. And like I said, it wasn't even anything specifically dedicated to soca. It was just music playing.
Wow.
I know you like your 100% soca parties, but Soca can be mixed in with everything.
We are learning this, man. We're trying to get this word out here. So in your travels, did you I don't know if you were on resort or not, but in your travels around Aruba, because I do know you, so I know you didn't stay in one spot there. In your travels, were people following, masks and sanitizing, hand washing protocols?
Yeah, so you're right. My intention was to do an actual vacation, like sit on a beach, have a drink in my hand, but you've met me and that's just not my life. And it's not the life of the people that I went with either. We were like, what do Arubans do here? Like, what do you guys eat? Where do you go? What's the music? What's this? What's that? We want to like actually learn about the culture. We don't just want to be there like, Garcon, can I get another drink? And so we did explore. People did have protocols for a lot of things. It's definitely COVID related, of course, but there were like road safety and just other things. There was a lot of protocol in place, but it didn't hinder anything. It wasn't like you're not going to have this great experience. I did see when we went on a cave tour. I love caves. I love caves. If I could do a cave tour, I'm going to do a cave tour. There were some signs that had said, masks required, but those signs were like moved to the side because they've updated their mandates. So people were complying, people were distant. Some people had masks, some people didn't have masks. Nobody made a big deal either way. Personal choice. But for me, y'all gross, so I'm wearing my mask.
Awesome. So it's great to hear that you had a vacation, you actually went away, and seems like you were actually able to like be with friends and experience. I mean, this is a totally different vibe. This is the return of the old you.
Oh, what? Don't let me get started. Portugal next. Planning a trip for New Year's. I love my New Year's trips. So I like to ring in the new year in another place. I love to learn about different cultures. I love to eat weird food. Like, let me try something. Let me do something different and just have an experience. And I've been missing that. The quarantine was good for my, I don't necessarily need to be in an office every day, so I was fine with that. But when they said you can't travel, or when they said you need the vaccine to travel, go ahead. I'm not one of those people who's like, well, what's in it? Bump that. If I need this to travel, go ahead. I want to go somewhere. Travel is very important to me. It's important for my mental health, mental well-being, but it's also great because I meet so many people. When I go to Portugal, I'm visiting a friend. Hopefully I'll be able to visit another friend in Saudi Arabia. I am ready to get back on these planes.
So
Scary though they are.
I haven't been anywhere lately, but I've heard prices have gone up. Did you feel like when you're in your little search for all these trips, did you feel like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was going to be?
So yes, not just prices for the flight, prices for hotel, prices for, food, things like that. But at the end of the day, it was worth it. I'm still frugal. I'm still going to look for a good deal because I'm still Guyanese. That's right. I said it. But yeah, it was worth it. I mean, 2 years of not traveling, I think I can splurge a little bit on a flight. And hopefully the prices will eventually get back to normal. I mean, it's not just that the industry has suffered with the pandemic. It's also gas prices. It's also people aren't traveling as much to certain areas. So they're trying to recoup their losses and rehire those people they furloughed. So is what it is. I'm still going to be frugal, but I'm still going somewhere.
Well, if you guys need to return to anything, you need to return to this chick's website because she's got some good information about travel. I like when people post things about like, oh, where's safe to go, where's this, that, but I like your perspective of things to do places. Like, don't just go sit down. And sometimes you get a lot of suggestions and you don't know, like, will I really enjoy that? Is that really fun? Or, how many museums can I go to? But, you need to go to this museum. You need to go to this. You need to try this kind of food. So I would say, make sure you're following this chick and make sure you go to her website because she's got some good information there for you guys, even though you wouldn't necessarily think she's a travel blogger, but she just hooks you up no matter what.
I'm saying I like to go places. I like to do things. And also I will be putting some more info, more details into the newsletter. So if they're not subscribed, they need to subscribe to the DysChick newsletter, which is on my site. Just go there. Everything DysChick is on dyschick.com.
And I would just note that we haven't had a trip together in a minute. So,
but the last trip we had was like 14 hours.
Yeah. I mean, maybe this time we just take a road trip, maybe we need to go to like Atlantic City or there's lots of things happening this summer, guys. I don't know. Tell us where we should go. But can I rave?
You know what? We did a mid-season break and I've missed your raves. So yeah, yes. Bring it.
Well, I'm the queen of the awesome segues. So I've already told you what the name of the song is. So this episode, we are going to listen to Road Trip by Machel Montano.
Hey! Road trip. Come let we go. Road trip. Come let we go. Road trip. Come let we go. Come let we go. Let we take a road trip. Well, I leave in my home cause I done ready. Ready to get on board. Ready to see my friends. And how much vibes that we going to have. I hope every venue, every fete ready. Cause we come out to lock the place. And we come out to make the name again and again. So do you know how long I have been on a road trip? Hey, taking a cold sip, watching a bumper rolling. Do you know how long I have been on a road trip? Taking a slow trip, hey, take over the whole pitch. Every time I touch the road, it's like the vibes overload. Cause I in a fetting mode. Wanna leave but I just can't go. From the time I touch the road, don't I be there alone. Where the fed let me know. So come on and then we go. Put up your hand there, put up your rack there. Yeah, we go jump up, oh, oh. With no behavior, we done decided. I want you to put up your hand there, put up your rack there. All of the gal them, all of the man there. Yeah, we go jump up and we go wind it. Hey. Well, the cooler done packed and I done ready. Ready to party hard, ready to have a time. The fetters right by my side. And everybody done know that my crew ready. And it's we who just bring the pace. So it's we who go change the game. Cause we don't afraid, no. Do you know how long I have been on a road trip?
A minute. It's been a minute since I've been on a road trip. I'm just gonna say it.
It's been years. It's been years. It's been years. And the road don't necessarily mean just pavement. It don't mean just road. It have road in the sky.
That's it.
The pilot on the road. All right.
Okay.
That little dip, when you feel that's a pothole. Yeah, it's a road.
I'm very interested to see, which artists are going to be on a road trip this summer and where everybody's going to be. I know a lot of people traveled during the pandemic, but I know a lot more people who stayed right home and decided it was not time to return to the skies. But I'm glad that you felt comfortable to return to the skies, and go and travel and see the world, your happy place.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It was worth it. It was worth it. I highly recommend it. I was talking to a friend of mine and she was like, I don't know, you ate what? Listen, food is culture. When you go somewhere, eat the food, try the things, get to know the place, see the place, contribute to local vendors, the economy there, not just the resorts, but everywhere, spread it around because a lot of tourism, the industry has been suffering. So let's get back to our happy place. Let's make sure everybody else is happy too. And we can get the services we want. We can get the joy we want. We can get the fulfillment we want. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Go on a road trip.
Yes. I would like some suggestions. Where should we go? Where should we go next? Let us know. Where should we go? Should we take to the skies? Should we get on a cruise? No. Should we go in a car, on a train? I've been on a train trip in forever. Let me know. Let us know. Comment.
Yeah, ask and answer. Anyway, all right. But guys, thank you for joining this episode of the podcast. Make sure you are following us. Follow Soka Say So on all social media or go to sokasayso.com. Follow this chick on all social media because I got my Instagram account back. Right? Or go to DysChick.com. Those who were following me already signed up to the newsletter. They didn't miss a beat. They didn't even know I was off of Instagram because they were still in touch.
Follow us everywhere, BK Rant and Rave, and go to bkrantandrave.com. Okay, bye.